The morning sun burned through the gray sky as students poured into Lincoln High. The chatter, laughter, and footsteps filled the courtyard like a restless storm. Among the crowd, a soft whirring sound could be heard, the sound of a motorized wheelchair. Slowly, gracefully, it moved through the open path, carrying a girl who didn't quite fit into their noisy world. Her name was Lena Brooks, 16. Small, quiet, and brilliant. Her brown hair framed a pale face that often hid behind glasses. She wasn't born disabled. It happened 3 years ago in a car crash that took away her ability to walk, but not her will to stand tall in other ways. Every morning, Lena's dad dropped her off just at the main gate, gave her a thumbs up and whispered, "You roll like lightning, kid." But this morning, as her chair glided toward the school gate, something was different. A group of boys stood there, blocking the way deliberately. At the front was Tyler, tall, muscular, and proud of being feared. His friends, Mason, Craig, and Dylan, laughed loudly as they saw Lena approach. "Hey, look who's rolling in!" Mason shouted, smirking. "Careful, Wheels. You might scratch the gate." Lena slowed down, her heart beating faster. "Can you please move?" she asked quietly. Tyler stepped closer, folding his arms. "Nah, you always get special treatment. How about waiting your turn like the rest of us?" Students nearby watched. Some whispered, some recorded. A few turned away because it was easier to ignore cruelty than confront it. Lena's hands trembled slightly on the wheels. "Please," she said again. Craig bent down, pretending to check her wheelchair. "Yo, is this thing turbo or something? I heard she raced the janitor's cart last week." They laughed again, cruel and loud. Lena's face flushed with embarrassment. She didn't cry. Not this time. Behind her, a teacher shouted for everyone to move inside. The bullies ignored it. Tyler leaned on the gate, blocking her completely. "You know what, Lena?" he sneered. "Maybe you should stay outside today. This place moves too fast for people like you." The words cut deep, but then something changed in Lena's eyes. The fear faded. Something sharp replaced it, quiet confidence, born from endless nights of being underestimated. Her chair wasn't ordinary. Her father, an engineer who refused to let his daughter live with limits, had built it himself. Reinforced steel frame, adjustable torque motors, voice control. She'd never needed to use its full power, until now. She took a slow breath. "You should move," she said softly. Tyler smirked. "Or what?" Lena pressed a button near her wheel. A soft hum grew louder. The motors charged. The chair tilted slightly forward. Tyler frowned. "What the?" Before he could finish, Lena twisted the joystick sharply. The chair jolted ahead faster than anyone expected. It hit the gate with a metallic clang, the force knocking Tyler off balance. His drink splashed across his shirt as he stumbled backward into Mason, who tripped and fell. Craig jumped aside, but too late. The gate swung open with a thud, and both boys landed flat on the ground. Gasps erupted around the courtyard. Phones came up, capturing everything. Lena stopped her chair in the open space beyond the gate, calm, unshaken. She looked back at them. "I said move," she said, her voice steady, powerful. The teacher ran toward the scene, shouting, "What happened here?" But everyone saw, everyone knew. The bullies who had laughed seconds ago were now speechless, covered in dust and shame. Lena didn't say anything else. She rolled past them, straight-backed, her reflection in the glass door showing not weakness, but quiet fire. That morning, for the first time, people didn't just see the girl in the wheelchair. They saw Lena Brooks, the girl who didn't back down. In class, whispers filled the room. "Did you see her? She knocked Tyler over. That was insane. She's stronger than all of them combined." But Lena didn't brag. She sat near the window, opened her notebook, and smiled to herself. When lunch came, the same group of bullies sat in silence at their usual table, avoiding her eyes. But trouble wasn't over. Tyler, embarrassed, clenched his fists. "No one makes me look like that," he hissed. "She'll regret it." Later that day, as Lena waited near the parking lot, she saw shadows moving. Tyler and his gang again, coming closer, whispering, smirking. Her father wasn't there yet. The schoolyard was almost empty. Tyler grinned. "You think you're clever, huh? You embarrassed me in front of everyone." Lena didn't move. "You embarrassed yourself." He kicked at her front wheel. "You think you're strong cause of that machine. Let's see what happens when it breaks." Her hand tightened on the joystick. The motor whined faintly, like a growl before a storm. Tyler leaned in. "What are you gonna do now, Wheels?" Her eyes lifted slowly. "Show you that strength doesn't come from legs," she said. The next second, her wheelchair spun, full torque, one tire kicking dust into Tyler's face. He stepped back, coughing, but before he could react, Lena reversed, then surged forward. The front guard bar tapped his knee just enough to send him stumbling. He fell backward again, this time right into a puddle. Mason and Craig froze, unsure whether to laugh or help. "Lesson 1, she said quietly. "Don't block what was built to move forward." The bell rang, and students began streaming out, catching sight of the scene. Some clapped, others just stared. For the first time, Tyler didn't know what to say. Her father arrived moments later, stepping out of his truck with a smile. "Everything all right, kid?" Lena nodded. "Yeah, Dad. I handled it." He chuckled softly. "I bet you did." As the sun dipped below the horizon, Lena looked at the school gate, the same one that had once symbolized limits. Now, it was just another thing she had pushed through. And deep inside, she promised herself, no matter how many times the world tried to block her path, she would always find a way forward.